Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference Podcast for Conference 2024. And this time it's slightly different because I'm not doing this by Zoom across internets. I'm actually in presence with Carina McEvoy.
Hello.
Carina, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Absolutely fantastic. And Carina will be speaking in April at the conference.
Yeah,
And you spoke last year.
I did, and I really enjoyed it. Really
And
enjoyed
it was a very well received presentation
Oh,
as well.
thank you. Loved
It was so well received that we ran out of time
We
on the
did.
day,
We did.
and we ended
We
up
did.
doing an information session online for everybody, which is actually on the YouTube channel if anyone wants to go see it. So yeah. So how have you been?
I have been great, and I love doing this in person. This is my first podcast where I'm doing it in person. It's amazing. I love it. So you and I met in this building.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I didn't have to travel too far.
No, didn't have to travel too far. We met here many moons, many months ago. And so it's a couple of maybe a year, 2 years now. And yeah, look at all that has happened since we first met.
Yeah.
You were the guy with the crazy idea of doing a Irish hypnotherapy conference and putting it all together, and here we are. It's just absolutely
Well, you're going to be one of
taken on a
20
life.
speakers.
20 speakers. 20 amazing speakers that I cannot wait to go see. Some amazing names.
There is some amazing names.
There is.
There's Freddie Jackman, there's Carl Smith, there's Kaz Riley, there's Gary Bowles, there's Kate Bevan Marks. I can keep on going. They're all on the website, so they're all on the Facebook page. But there's so many amazing speakers that I
There
actually
really is. I'm so looking forward to it.
But so many people are looking forward to seeing Carina McEvoy.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind.
Absolutely. And while you've been part of the community that's taken place, if you like, or taken root since April or May in our club, but in terms of your own practice and your own career, how for you, what has happened in those last 7 or 8 months?
Well, it's been very busy here in the practice with the kids and teens and parents that I see. It's been very busy. I have Frankie, my colleague,
yes,
and myself.
And I'm sure Frankie will make an appearance at some point.
Oh, he probably will. But we have, just before Christmas, actually, we decided to set up our own little TikTok videos.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Frankie is kind of taking charge and he's bossing me about quite a bit, but it seems to be working.
Okay.
So now after our break over Christmas, we had a great break. Frankie and myself had such, chill time. Eating, if that's creativity, and how many different ways we can eat and watch TV and read books and play games and play card games. So yeah. So we had a great break. So we're back now and we're really looking forward to 2024 and all of these videos that we're going to do and for your conference. So yeah, it's been a great couple of months. And the community that has just evolved and been created since the conference group.
Yeah, that's thanks to a lot of the efforts of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you're a part of that, and we've had so many events, and obviously there's another one coming up sometime soon. But in terms of that's one of the things that I'm most pleased with. Some of the ideas of this conference, and I just wanted to explain.
Yeah, you always said that, like from the very beginning, you said that you just want to bring people together, and the community that has come together, the peer-to-peer support has been incredible. And Sharon and Jenny have been really good. They've just been phenomenal, really.
And for me, it's about building a community through cooperation. It's not about competition.
Oh, absolutely. Look, there is enough for everybody.
And if we can expand the amount of availability that people will need for hypnotherapy and would require it, then it's not really an issue. So for me, it's about just expanding the base for hypnotherapy. And in that, one of the things that you spoke about last year is that there's very few child and teenage hypnotherapists. And I expect that the demand that was there last year probably has got worse actually rather than lessened in any shape or form?
There's quite a high demand.
Right.
There's
Okay.
quite a high demand. And you know what? It is absolutely fantastic to work with kids and teens and parents. Children are so easy to work with. They're wonderful to work with. It's very fluid, flexible, fun work. And every day is different.
Right.
You don't know, I never know what I'm going to be doing in here in this room. This is my room. Welcome to my room. I never know what's going to happen. I work a lot from my intuition and, you know, let the child guide me. So the child, as you say, is my script. I don't really have a script, but the child will kind of show me what is to be done. A child will come in with a lot of solutions to their issues anyway. A lot of the work I do is with parents as well when they come in here. So there is a growing need for hypnotherapists to maybe look at, you know, taking clients in and teens in. Yeah, absolutely.
From your experience or from talking to people, what is it that puts people off from dealing with children?
I think it's a fear, isn't it? A fear factor of, I mean, confidentiality. You know, what do you keep confident? What do you not keep confident?
So it's
are you working
state
with
relationships
them?
type
Yeah,
stuff like
that kind of thing. Are you working with them on your own, or do you bring the parents in, or what's the whole triangular relationship? Or especially hypnotherapists. I mean, I suppose I would have trained in quite like formal hypnotherapy, and children do not go to sleep or don't like to close their eyes. So you're working with a lot of direct suggestions, a lot of metaphors, a lot of waking hypnosis, a lot of power of imagination. So you are kind of coming away, I suppose, from the more formal hypnosis. So I think there is probably a lot of fear around it, I suppose.
So how did you overcome that, or was that even an issue for you? But you were a teacher as well, so
I was a teacher.
somewhat easier for you.
I'm coming from a place, I don't know, like from the first podcast we done from last year, not getting into history of it again, but I was coming from a place of having a lot of anxiety as a child. So I guess I can remember each child that comes in, I remember being in that place at that age. So I'm very easily able to kind of go back into that. And also I am probably very childlike, and I interact quite well with children, probably more so than adults.
The adult thing is more cracked up to me sometimes. Yeah.
So I love just getting down on the floor, or colours and colour pencils and fun and playing and all of that, and really getting into the child's world, which is a really big part of it. Rapport with the child, a big part of any therapy, but rapport with the child and really getting into the child's world is really important. So I think it can be a natural thing to do for people if you feel like that, you know, that is within your own nature to have that naturally to work with the child.
You just be very empathetic towards children.
Yeah, I love.
But in terms of, say, all the regulatory stuff that you would have to deal with, say,
it's just a matter of, I suppose, learning about the regulations in where you're working from. The confidentiality and all of that. But then I suppose you learn on the job. There's a lot of learning on the job as well. Kids will show you, you know, how things are done and what's working, and if you can be flexible. Gotcha. I mean, that's you know, if you can kind of be that chameleon that you can change from one thing into another, that's something that works really well also. But yeah, I mean, it's very rewarding work, and you're working with the adults' inner child.
Was there any
future adults' inner child, if you get me?
Where did you learn to do this, or did you make this up? Did you come into it and explore it and expand it as you went along?
Yeah.
Is that basic? So there wasn't any real guidance on this area, at least. No,
I mean, there is some great courses that I have done. I have studied Kelly T. Woods. I really look up to Kelly T. Woods. I've read her book and I've done her course. Barbara Scholl is another course that I'm actually doing at the moment. I'm constantly learning, as you know yourself, as a therapist, you're constantly doing your professional development. So at the moment I'm studying her. But when I came into it, there was no, say, actual degree or something that you can do in this. So there was a lot of it was like a jigsaw puzzle, and doing this course and reading that book and researching that and putting it all together. But a lot of it, I would say, John, is from just tweaking what I've learned to work with adults into the child language.
Gotcha.
And I've done that through my own children.
Right. Okay.
Working with my own children and their friends, which is great. Guinea pigs.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But of course, you also have some support in your office, don't you?
I do.
Do you think he wants to come out?
He has been wanting to come out and say hello to you, like ever since you came into the room.
Right.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
You sure?
Everyone else is really the question.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Hello, Frankie.
Hi, Frankie. Where were you? Were you? Yeah. Okay. Say hello to everybody, Frankie. Yeah. No, Frankie is great, aren't you? We get on really well, don't we? Yeah.
So, Frankie, you help Carina help the children.
You do, don't you? Yeah.
Do you help the parents as well? You do? Wow.
He does, but the only thing is, I really wouldn't know what he's going to do. I mean, a poor dad here the other day was attacked by you, wasn't he? Yeah, he was trying to eat his ear on the way out.
Okay.
Yeah, we just never know what he's going to do. But he's great because Frankie, he's 7 years old.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And he really relates to a lot of the kids who come in. Yeah. I mean, he knows you quite well now.
Yes, he does.
But if he didn't know you, he would be really, really shy at the beginning. Okay. And it would take him just a little while to get.
Well, we did play guitar, you and I, before Christmas.
Did, yeah, the ukulele.
Ukulele.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And so look, his tail is wagging now, so he's quite happy and comfortable with you. So yeah, he does. I mean, a lot of the kiddies who come in, especially say the 4 to 10-year-olds, they love Frankie, and they're so not interested in me.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're quite nosy, aren't you? You love asking lots of questions. Yeah, he loves asking lots of questions. How old are you? What school do you go to? But he talks through me.
Right, okay.
That's true, don't you? Yeah. So he does. He kind of gets a bit anxious now and again.
Okay.
But what do we say about that? It's normal.
Right.
It's okay. And John is very nice. Oh, yeah. He does like you, John, don't you?
Thank you, Frankie. So are you. And you're not alone here, Frankie, either, are you? Because you've got lots of other friends around here.
No, he has lots of friends. We've lots of colleagues, don't we? So we've got Ted over there is the oldest. He's 105.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Ted is very wise. We have Owlina and her 3 babies. Right. The owl as well. We have Blue Stripes as the teddy. He's worry monster. Okay. He eats worries. And then we have Amy and Melissa.
Yes.
Is actually just there on that chair. Amy and Melissa, if you want to take her out. And then we have Stitches is over there recuperating from another operation. Yeah.
Amy and Melissa.
That's Amy and Melissa. So this is Amy and this is Melissa, her baby. They work a lot with kiddies who come in with separation anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I imagine that, what did you say the name of
Stitches?
Stitches.
Stitches is, sick or fear of pain or going to the dentist or getting a bump or injections. Yeah, so we have a lot of colleagues, don't we? Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
We have a lot of specialists then.
A lot of specialists.
Okay, I really do like that.
Areas,
Thank you, Melissa.
But Frankie's kind of an all-rounder. Yeah, he always seems to have a story or life experience of the issue that the child is coming in with.
That is really good.
Yeah, it's really, I don't know where he comes out with his stories and his metaphors and things.
And of course, a lot of the stuff that you do then is story and metaphor.
A lot of stuff that we do is story and metaphor. Okay. Yeah. A lot of waking hypnosis, a lot of direct suggestion, a lot of ego boosting, a lot of psychoeducation.
Right.
What we do here as well. Yeah.
And does Frankie work with parents then as well?
Frankie works with.
Or does he leave that to you?
Yeah. Well, he works with everybody because we kind of stay in character quite a lot, don't we? Because when I'm not here, Frankie goes to sleep.
Okay.
He just sleeps. He's quite, you like your sleep, don't you? Yeah. So when I'm working with parents through Frankie, it is the very same as working with the child.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that right? Yeah. But then if I'm working, if the parent comes in on their own, then Frankie might just take a break. And then me and parent just chat, and you just go off with yourself, don't you? He goes down to town for a coffee. Yeah.
Should have brought me one back, Frankie.
You sorry? Yeah.
All
It's
good.
okay.
All good.
It's okay.
And of course,
He wants some of his coffee now.
okay.
It's actually herbal
So
tea.
we're just going to pause for a minute. This is good.
Yeah, it's herbal tea.
Now, so Frankie and you have created a new platform.
We have, just before Christmas, we decided that we were going to say hello on TikTok, didn't we? Yeah, and he absolutely loves it. I'm a bit shy myself. I am a very, very shy person, but he loves it.
And does he continue the work that's done here on TikTok?
Yeah, he does. And he will be as well this year. So he will just kind of talk to kiddies about, you know, different issues and things like that. And yeah, he likes it.
I've seen one or two.
Okay.
I'll have to go and see more.
Yeah.
And for anyone else who wants to see them, we put the links to the bottom at the bottom of this. It's your TikTok. So you become even more famous,
He
Frankie.
says thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Even more famous. And of course, the other piece of news that you've had, and you may as well tell people because
Do you want to tell? Okay. Frankie and I are going to Vegas. We're going to Vegas and we're going to be first-time speakers at the Hypnothoughts Live Conference 2024.
that's amazing.
Yeah, we are very excited, aren't we?
Amazing.
And I've seen the schedule. It's up now. And I absolutely cannot wait to see some of the other speakers. There are so many. How do you decide where you're going? Like, you can go to one room and I'll go to another.
And you still have 9 left.
And we still have 9 left. So we'll have to bring all the other colleagues. Yeah. It's a bit like your conference. There's 2 rooms.
There's 2 rooms.
How do you decide? Yeah, you're going to have to go to one and I'll go to the other.
You have to listen to the podcast first, figure out who you want to go to, and then.
How do you decide? There are so many brilliant hypnotherapists coming to the Irish Hypnotherapy Conference.
It is, it's a wonderful, a wonderful list of speakers, Irish, European, British, and American, and people come from as far as Canada for the event. So it's
yeah, it's amazing.
It's a really good event. And you will be there. You'll be there on Saturday morning.
Yes, we are so excited.
And your talk is on working with parents in NLP.
Yeah, parents with NLP with parents, NLP with kids and teens and parents. You know, not to go on about too much on the podcast, but we love working with NLP and changing submodalities and things like that. And it's a very powerful tool. So I'm really excited to talk about that.
Brilliant. Yeah. And of course, the working with the parents, I know just in some of the other fields that I've worked in, obviously, you know, the child lives at home in a particular environment.
Yeah.
They go back to that environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you want to just speak a little bit to the importance of parents?
Yeah, well, we work a lot with parents, don't we? I would always have my first session would be a parental session where I would, you know, give all of my time and energy into working with the parent from the parent's view, the parent's world, and see what the parent is doing. And yeah, I would say like 75% of the change work comes from the parents' point of view, because it is like children are sponges. They are just soaking up the information around them. So if you can change that environment that they're soaking up, you can change them.
So if you were talking to other therapists, it's not just about working with the child, and most of this is fairly self-explanatory, but it's not just about working with the child, it's about addressing the parent and even getting the parent that support that they actually need.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if a child is coming, say, with, I don't know, anxiety issues, it's not just that child has anxiety issues, it is in the entire home, you know, and it's coming from somewhere and it is affecting everywhere as well.
And as someone who grew up in an anxious home, I'm more than aware of that myself. So which is why I work specifically or to a large degree with it. Yeah. That is brilliant. Well, I want to thank both of you for on behalf of all your clients, firstly,
Oh,
because some will tell
thank
you and
you.
some necessarily won't. On behalf of all the other therapists for taking the time out to explain what you do and how
Thank
you do
you.
it and what you'll be presenting in Dublin. And on my behalf, for agreeing to speak at the conference.
Oh, my
Because
pleasure.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Delighted. Thank you. And thank you for asking us again. I think you're mad asking us that. Thank you very much.
Well, Frankie wasn't there last year.
Frankie was
Well, he
there, but
might
he
have
was
been, but he
asleep
didn't
for a
make
lot
that.
of it.
He didn't make
Yeah,
the
he was
public
asleep for a lot of it.
appearance.
Yeah.
So
Um,
I'm not sure who'll be the bigger star.
I think it would be him.
Uh,
He gets a lot of attention, a lot of love. Everybody seems to,
Yeah.
all the kiddies just seem to love.
All he needs to do now is discover his own voice, but that's,
Yeah.
I can point you to a few hypnotherapists to
In
get that
time.
fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, guys, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. And thank you to Carina for your time in your office, which is a really lovely space.
Thank you, John.
Before we go,
Yes.
there is one final question which I've asked everybody.
Interesting.
What
I
does
know
it-
what this is because I've looked at the other podcast.
What does hypnosis mean to you?
Well, hypnosis means to me freedom from emotional pain, freedom from obstacles, blockages, issues. It's freedom.
I love that word, freedom. Frankie, have you got an opinion?
Oh, he does. He wants you to ask him.
Frankie, what does hypnosis mean to you?
Fun.
It's even better.
Fun. Isn't that
Freedom
what it
and
is to you?
fun.
Fun. Yeah, you love it,
Freedom.
don't you? Yeah. Okay.
That's brilliant. I love the answers I get from each different. They're all different. They're all amazing, and they all just help people clarify and get a sense of the power of hypnosis, because it really is an amazing tool. Guys, thank you very much. For anyone who hasn't booked tickets yet, it's April 20th and 21st in the Clayton Hotel, Dublin Airport. Links are all at the bottom of the video, along with Frankie and Carina on YouTube. TikTok. There you go. I'll edit that bit out too. No. So wherever you are, whatever time of the day you're watching this, thank you, and I wish you an amazing day. So it's a bye from me.
Bye from me. Bye from Frankie.
Take care, guys. Thank you.